Hello everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be the video I've been talking about for like the last couple months. It's a baby update. I have not updated you guys on my son in a while, and it is a mess. The reason why I do the updates is to help mothers potentially in the same spot that I'm in. During my pregnancy, I did like vlog. I just haven't posted any of those. And the reason why I was making vlogs was because when I was pregnant, I couldn't find any video or any information on taller women being pregnant. All of the vlogs, all of the videos that I saw were average height or shorter. And as you guys know, I'm much taller than the average height. And I know some much taller than average height women who are also pregnant right now. If you guys want to see any of those vlogs where I talk about the issues that I dealt with on my body, health problems, what I was eating, how I was able to work out, all that different stuff, I vlogged it. If you want to see it, let me know down in the comments and I will go ahead and post those videos for you. But today I'm just going to talk about where my son is at this point. Before I get into the video, I want to say hello to all my subscribers. Hello to my new subscribers. I really appreciate you guys. And if you want to see more content from my channel, if you like what you see on my channel, please go ahead and subscribe, as well as hit the notification bell. And if you like this video, give it a big old thumbs up. I'll make sure to post more videos like this if you guys want to see more videos like this, or more videos about when I was actually pregnant. So for now, let's just get right into the video. I'm talking about where my son is right now. So as you guys know, my son is now 1. His birthday was about a month and a half ago. So he's actually not 12 months. He's about 13 months at this point, heading into 14 months. So I just want to tell you guys where he is from where he was the last time that I spoke with you guys about him. The first thing is his body. He's still much bigger than the average baby, guys. Everything from his weight, which his weight was kind of normal for his size, but that's still the thing for his age where he's supposed to be, much bigger. So everything from his weight, his height, his head size, everything is in the 90th percentile or higher. And he's also wearing a 2-year-old's clothes. Yeah, 2-year-old. We went into the store the other day to get him like a jacket and some stuff like that because it's getting cold where I live. And he only has like thin jackets. He had mostly shorts, things like that. So we went to go get him some outfits and some jackets, something a little bit heavier because it's getting cold. And he couldn't fit anything other than 2 months. 2 years, excuse me. My husband accidentally bought him something that was 18 months and it was way too short. So he still wears it because it's kind of like a around the house type of onesie thing. So it's short on his legs, but it's something that he can still wear, kind of keep him warm and he can move in it. So we went ahead and kept it, but it's 18 months and everything else we bought him was 24 months or bigger. And he can fit it all. The only issue is the waist. His length for his arms, his torso, his legs, it's the perfect length. It's just, he's not as wide, I guess you can say. And it's not like it's so loose that it's falling off of him or anything, but it doesn't fit him snug, I guess you could say. My little man is 1 and he's the size of an average 2-year-old. Well, it's not even the average 2-year-old. He's bigger than the average 2-year-old. Yeah. Now I'm going to get into his eating habits. He eats everything. I believe he has the metabolism, like I said before, like my husband. My husband is in his 30s and his metabolism is still so high. He eats everything and he hasn't put on a pound. I kid you not, you can still see abs. And it doesn't make any sense because he's not working out. It's just, yeah. His body burns through things at like such a rapid rate. I think that's something to do with his genetics and where he's from and things like that. And I think my son picked all of that up. So he eats everything. He eats baby food. He eats his snacks. We started buying him little snacks, little animal crackers. I try to put peanut butter on stuff, make it thicker. It doesn't do no good, but he still eats it. He has like his own little yogurts that his doctor recommended. They're Stonyfield, I believe. And they're supposed to be higher in something, so it makes him feel a little bit fuller. He doesn't like regular milk. I think it's because it's cold. But the thing is, if you take the milk out the fridge and let it get to room temperature, it's gonna spoil. So he doesn't care for the regular milk right now, and we're getting him away from formula, so that's really tough. The only thing he likes cold to drink is water, and he does drink a lot of water. He doesn't even like juice cold. He likes his juice at room temperature too. And I made with that all is because of the fact that he's used to so much formula. So he eats our food. He eats our snacks. He eats everything. He eats everything. There isn't a set time schedule on his eating. We're going to try to do more of a time schedule thing with him, but the scheduling, it hasn't really worked for him thus far. And we've tried, guys. I'm going to get into the sleep thing in a second and his daily routine, but it does not really work. And I think it's just because his body burns through stuff so much faster than I think the normal baby. And so we're always feeding this kid. And I mean, always. In addition to that, he still wakes up to eat at night. We've tried everything we can think of. We stuff him with food before bed. We waking him up and giving him actual food in the middle of the night when he wakes up to eat, instead of just giving him like a bottle or something. We try giving him water. Water doesn't work for him. He just pees, and then within an hour he's back awake and he's hungry. That was a suggestion the doctor gave, was to give him water. So we woke him up, gave him water. He drank all the water and went back to sleep. Peed and was up in an hour, hungry again. So it's like we have to figure out how to get him food. We're hoping that once he gets to the age where he understands more, that we can say, okay, eat enough to get you through the night. So he just stuff his face before he goes to sleep, and then go to sleep, and then maybe he'll sleep longer. Because still at this point, it's a battle. So when it comes to his development, he has developed so much, you guys. As you may have seen in some of my videos, he is walking now. And he does not like to be held. Okay, the only time he want to be held is before he go to bed and up the stairs, because he can't go up and down the stairs yet. But other than that, he wants to walk. In Walmart, he wants to walk. If we're outside going to the car, put me down, let me walk to the car. So he walks everywhere. He's also waving. He can climb up stuff, and he understands a lot. Now, the thing about his waving that is the funniest thing to me, people will wave at him like in the store. They go, oh, hey, cutie, that way, bye-bye, you know. And he'll just stare at them, and then once he walks past them, he'll wave back. But it's his back still to them, so he's just like, and it's really funny. So the other day he waved. It was a girl. My son has a thing for girls, guys. Pretty girls. If you're young and you speak to my son, he's probably going to start, talking to you. He doesn't talk to everybody, but he talks to girls. So this girl, we were walking out of the store, and she saw him, and she says, hi. And he looked at her, and he waved. Immediately waved back, which he had never done before. It was so cute, and it was funny at the same time, and my husband hadn't seen it yet, so he did it again. We went to the store that night. Another lady saw him and spoke to him, and he waved immediately, But he is developing normally. He plays with things. He's very curious. Not so much curious. He's one of those like technical little babies, right? So he pulls and takes things apart, and then he wants to put them back together. So he does that all the time. He'll take something apart, and then he'll figure out how to put it back together. I don't know. I love that. I think he's just such a smart little guy, and it's great. Next thing is sleeping. He does not sleep through the night, guys. He still does not sleep through the night. The longest we've got him to sleep is about 5 hours. That's it. Like, I kid you not. That's it. 5 hours. And he pops up and he's hungry. And it's like difficult because you want to give him regular food, but sometimes he's so tired he won't take the food. Like he won't open his mouth. He'll just kind of pitch a fit, turn his head, give you a tussle. And the issue is if he fights you for too long, he just wakes all the way up. And then he's just up and he wants to play. So for him, it's like, it's complicated to figure out how to maneuver with a child who develops and is developing at such a rapid rate when it comes to their body and their growth, and whose body is a little bit different when it comes to metabolism. My mama told me the other day, she was like, you forget that you had a high metabolism when you were small too. I did. Nobody thought I was going to put on weight when I was a kid. And when people started seeing me put on weight in my 20s finally, because that's when my weight finally came when I was about 23, they were like, oh my God, we never think you're going to gain weight. And it was like, trying to say something, bro. But I think he has a mix of mine and his father's, and his father's is like kicked into the highest gear possible, and it's difficult to figure out what to do. So we're trying to learn every step of the way what works best for him and what works best for us, which is also the reason why he does not sleep in his own room. Because if a child sleeps through the night, it's easy to put them down in their own bed and walk out of the room and go somewhere else, right? If I put my child down, I know he's going to pop up in 2 hours, and then he starts screaming because he's panicking, because he's scared, because he doesn't see anybody and the room isn't lit like it normally is. And then that's a different story. And since my child doesn't sleep through the night, I don't put him in a room by himself, because I know at some point he's going to wake up. And as a kid, I remember being scared when I wake up in a room and there's no one there. So we leave him in our room. His bed is in our room. He does sleep in his bed, which it took a while too. But it's like, I don't want to put him somewhere by himself where I know he can be afraid. So the other day we did go in, and he is updated on all of his vaccines. The only thing we have to get now is his flu shot, which he's never had a flu shot. And they're going to do like a booster shot because he's never got one. So he has to get two. There's like a booster shot, and then there's another little shot that goes along with it. I don't know how it works exactly. But the doctor explained it to us the other day. So he will be going back to get that. And, a lot of people are against vaccines. A lot of people are against flu shots. They say, because they don't know exactly which strain of the flu is out. So they just kind of guess and give you one. The thing is, my baby is small, right? He gets a cold. It takes 3 weeks to get rid of the cold. And I know that flu, any type of flu, because flu has a really, really, really strong effect on adults. So I don't want him to get a flu and it has that same effect. Because on a baby's body, it's a lot worse, right? So I'd rather have something than have nothing, right? And we keep him away from, a lot of kids' daycares. That's one of the reasons why I'm afraid of daycares. I know a lot of kids go into daycares and they get sick. I know somebody that go, every time he gets sick. His parents will take him out, he'll get healthy. They take him back, he gets sick. And they've done that repeatedly. And it's like, just a little germ place. I don't know. I don't think I'm feeling that right now. So I'm going to keep, doing what we're doing right now. People that come around them, make sure you sanitize. Don't touch them. Don't be all in his face, kissing on him and breathing and kissing on. I don't want none of that action. None of that. The next thing is he is in a big boy car seat. He was way too long for his. He's been way too long for months, but we didn't know what we were going to do. So here's the question I have to other moms. They say to continue facing your big car seat, facing it backwards. So basically face the car seat towards the seat in the car. Well, all of the straps and all of the connections, because there's like hooks and latches, they're all on the back of the seat in the car. And one of the latches that you have to connect is at the back of his head. So that strap would have to go over the top of his face in order to connect to the seat. So my question is, how are you supposed to keep him facing rear when all of the connections will be in front of him instead of behind him? Because those same hookups are on the back of the seats, the front seats. So there's no way to really hook him in to where he's 100% sturdy and 100% safe. And that's an issue for me, because I get it, but I've never seen a child with the big seat facing backwards. So we tried it and we couldn't figure out a way to make the seat sturdy enough to stay without it like shifting. And I don't want to put my baby in any type of danger, because those cords anchor him to the seat. So we kept him facing the front, like the seat kind of is set up, and the seat is sturdy, it's secure. But when we turned it the other way, it was wobbling. And I feel like ain't no, that's less safe in my opinion if his seat is flying back and forth when you make turns, because you can't connect it everywhere. So his seat is set in there the front way. If you guys know any other way to potentially hook the seats up to where it's safer, let me know in the comments and I'll look into those as well. But he is in a big boy car seat. He's in one of those for like the 40 to 60 pound kids. It's a really big seat, guys. Well, I think it's a convertible. We have a convertible car seat now. One of the ones that adjust to how big they get, you know what I'm saying? The issue before was that his legs were so bunched up. Y'all, they were so bunched up. His knees were pretty much like bent towards his chest, and he was trying to be comfortable, and it was so hard for him to get comfortable back there. So we went ahead and got him the big car seat. It was about $100. Yeah, for the big one. And we just took all the clamps out from his old one. It's in his closet. And I don't know if we're going to keep it for the next baby or give it away or donate it or whatever. But it's there. We're probably going to keep the stroller though, because it comes with the stroller that you can sit the seat in. But it's one of those. The stroller is a convertible stroller, so it gets bigger. I mean, he doesn't have to get a bigger stroller. It fits him, and it'll probably fit him until he's like 4. So I'm going to leave it, maybe even 5. It's a really big stroller, guys. Originally, you could just hit the car seat in the stroller, and the seat to face you, and then there's another thing that goes over top of it, and then you can turn it around or whatever. So it's a really big stroller. So we're going to keep the stroller. But he is in the big seat. He likes the big seat because he can see what's going on around him. And he can communicate with us without us having to lean all the way back or someone sitting in the back seat with him, things like that. So he is in his big old, I think it's a Graco. I don't know, but he has a big boy car seat now. Okay, and my final thing, guys, is the schedule, right? So normal babies do everything within about a 12-hour span. They wake up and they go to sleep all within the 12-hour span. So they have about 2 naps, they eat a few times, they get to play, all that good stuff, bathe, everything within a 12-hour span. Normal babies. My baby ain't normal. He can stay awake for about 15, 16 hours a day. And we've moved his schedule forward, right? So he wakes up about 6 o'clock in the morning. His nap after that would be about 8 o'clock, about an hour. He wakes up in about a few hours, a couple hours later, take another nap. That nap's a little longer. Then we wake him up after that, and he should be going to bed at about 6 o'clock. My baby will stay up till 10 to midnight every time. And since we've been moving his schedule forward, he still does that. It doesn't matter how far forward we move it, he still tries to go to bed. The kid fights naps. He fights everything so hard. I'm talking, we just hold him. He's kicking and screaming and hollering. And he doesn't want to take a nap. He's sleepy, but he won't go to sleep. So do you guys have any suggestions on what to do when the kid just won't go to sleep? He's so tired. He's rubbing his eyes all day. He's laying his head down. He just won't go to sleep. If he closes his eyes for 5 minutes, there's a cat nap back up for another 5 hours. I don't know what to do. We've tried so many different things. We put him in his bed. He stands up. He plays. He flips his blankets around. He finds things to do. Okay. So right now we're trying to figure out a better way to get him to sleep. Let me know if you guys got ways to get your babies to sleep. We read books. We play lullabies. We start shutting the house down 2 hours prior to his bedtime. We do everything so far forward. They say don't hold him, don't rock him. But if we just lay him down, he plays and he wakes us back up again. You know? So it's like, what do we do? Like, what am I supposed to do at this point? You know what I mean? Because it's literally just a battle to get this kid to sleep. It's a battle to feed him sometimes. He be hungry. You know what I mean? He wants to play all the time. That's the big thing. He's so active that he just wants to keep moving all the time. And when he can't keep moving, he gets so frustrated. He just wants to move so much. That's another thing. I think maybe part of was burning off all his food. All the playing and climbing and jumping and running around and chasing the dog. And my baby. So what suggestions do you guys have for getting your babies to sleep and helping them to stay asleep? Okay, guys, we've come to the end of another one of my videos. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this video was helpful. I hope it was informative. I hope it changes something for somebody. Maybe you guys can figure something out. Maybe you guys can come back and help me figure something out, because your girl don't know, okay? And I am trying, okay? I ain't had a good night sleeping. 1.5 years. Yeah. I've only slept through the night twice in that 1.5 years. Yeah, let that sink in. Okay, so I am tired. So thank you guys so much for tuning into another video. Thank you guys for sticking through to the end. There it is. And I hope to see you guys in some of my future videos. Again, if you're not subscribed and you like the content that you're seeing, please go ahead and subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can see all my future content. I promise I'm going to keep coming and bringing you guys stuff 3 times a week, as I always do. And if you are one of my subscribers and you guys keep coming back and sticking around, thank you guys so much. You guys are the best. You are the absolute greatest. I love you all. I promise. This is serious. I do. You make me want to keep going. And then this is something I love doing. So thank you guys so much for all of your support. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.